Greetings and welcome to another Diablo 2 Resurrected video. Today I want to show the Fist of Fire Assassin, which got significantly better with the introduction of Sunder Charms. Now that monster fire immunity can be sundered, that means that monsters are no longer fire immune if you have this charm in your inventory. You can go anywhere with this build and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So let's go over the skill tree. It's 20 into Fist of Fire, our main damage skill, 1 into Claws of Thunder, 1 into Blades of Ice, and 20 into Phoenix Strike, which gives Fist of Fire plus 12% fire damage per level. The others all 1.1 DOS, and then Dragon Claw maxed out to 20. Since we are using 2 claws in the setup, you can also use 1 claw and maybe a Phoenix Shield to lower fire resistance as well, and then use something like Dragon Tail or Dragon Talon. Dragon Tail is not recommended because it converts your physical damage into fire, but Fist of Fire basically does the same, so your Fist of Fire gets weaker if you use Dragon Tail, or your Dragon Tail isn't as strong as it could be. So Dragon Claw is more recommended, huge damage boost. Your Fist of Fire also converts your damage, your physical damage, into fire damage. More on that later. 20 into Claw Mastery, of course, for more damage, attack rating, and chance to critical strike. 1 to Cloak of Shadows, and I dump the rest into Venom to just get a little bit more damage, but you can also go Shadow Master, for example. Nothing into traps. As for the gear, I've opted here for the use of 2 times of Plague with a Survivor that already has +3 to Fists of Fire to further boost our damage. Also has +2 all skills and a lot of plus enhanced damage. The Deadly Strike also benefits you because if you Deadly Strike or Crit Strike, that damage also gets converted into fire damage by Fist of Fire. And of course the low resist when struck is very nice because it further boosts our damage when it procs. So we have a nice chance to proc low resist if you're in the thick of the fight. So this does very nicely. You could also go like Bartooks and put in a Fire Facet, for example. A lot of plus skills there. You can use a Jade Talon if you need resistances. You can of course use a Phoenix Shield and 1 claw, but it does not work with Dragon Claw. You need another finisher. So there are different options. For the helmet, of course, Flickering Flame, +3 fire skills applies to Fist of Fires, -15 to enemy fire resistance is very important. And of course, the Resist Fire aura negates somewhat this charm by a big portion, because this gives us -75% to fire resist, and fire resist aura gives us a lot of fire resist back. Also, you can use a Hylos or a Maras for more plus skills. Hylos has the Deadly Strike, of course, but Maras has more +2 skills and also all resistances, so there's a different option here. You can use a Fortitude, again, for enhanced damage, which is very useful because that damage gets converted into fire damage, which then gets into an AoE damage, into splash damage essentially, or Fist of Fire, but you can also use Chains of Honor, for example, for +2 skills. You can also use Enigma for teleporting, because we're also using Arachnid Mesh, which is then very nice to teleport around with. I have a Dual Leech Ring to get life and mana leech here in here, a little bit of resistance as well. Arachnid, as mentioned. Gore Riders for now, but also for the Deadly Strike and Crushing Blow, maybe for bosses, but you can also use like Inferno Strides if you need more fire resist. You can use Natalias if you need other resistances. You could also use War Travelers if you'd like to. A Ravenfrost for the very important Cannot Be Frozen and more attack rating, and 2 to Martial Arts Gloves, which also in this case come with 6 stats to Strength, Life, Crushing Blow, and Life Somber Hit. As for charms, all martial arts skills with +40 to life. This is all hero edited for now, but of course you don't need like these perfect gear. 5 all rest, 7 MF charms to boost our resistances. There's a 20 to life, 5 all rest charm, Annie, and Torch. So that is it for the gear. The Mercenary has Infinity, which further boosts our damage, a Fortitude and a Daryl's Visage to survive. And yeah, I believe that's all for now. So let's see CTA and Spirit in the offhand. And let's go. And kill some cows, for example. And the cool thing is, if you have like dual claw. Like one hit gives you 2 charges. You can see low resist proc as well. You can also mix in like Phoenix Strike with the Meteor. It just takes some time to fall, but it is very effective as well. For example, against bosses or uniques. First, use Dragonfly to reposition. Cloak of Shadows if there are too many enemies. And as you can see, our damage is pretty high. Like when we get the Fist of Fire going, you can see we are 11 to 12k. Which might only mean like on the main target of Dragonclaw and not on the AoE, I'm not sure. But anyways, it is a lot, and as well the average fire damage is like 3.6k. It's the fire that gets left behind after 3 charges are released. So that's pretty nice. So, but you have guessed right. In cow level, there are no fire immunes, so maybe you should go somewhere where there are fire immunes. Maybe River of Flame. Let's see how it goes. And of course, you will do less damage against fire immunes, since they still, even broken, they have like a lot of fire resist. But with Infinity and also minus 15 to enemy fire resistance from Flickering Flame, it is alright. Should have equipped the Enigma here to teleport over the River of Flame. But I wanted to find some Venom Lords, which are normally fire immune and also have a lot of HP. Venom Lords, where are we? Here you see the low resist proc again, so your fire damage will be a lot higher. I really like it. I also like the cleansing, especially here in Chaos Sanctuary. So these are usually fire immune, but as you can see, they're another problem thanks to the Thunder Charm. Without it, we could not break the immunity. I mean, maybe with Conviction and low resist, but like, it's like a hassle, you know. There are no Venom Lords here. What is happening? Let's pop the seal, okay? Then there will be Venom Lords. So we use Cloak of Shadows here, make things a bit easier. But also, with the low resist proc, it's like very smooth. Oh, we almost die here? Okay. I don't have any rejuve potions, and one thing to remember, and you might want to switch out Arachnid Smash for String of Ears, is that we are getting a lot of damage. Since we are melee, we're always standing at the front, and String of Ears gives you lifesteal and also damage reduction, so you might want to consider using that, especially if we are not using Enigma, so not teleporting around. String of Ears could really be a better option here. You know what, let's just use it for now. 15% damage reduction, 8 life leech. Very helpful, since our physical damage is okay. It's not like super high. But you see here, these Venom Lords are no problem at all. Let's pop the last seal pretty quickly and then kill Diablo. But yeah, it's a really, really fun build. If you have like Infinity, it is really nice. You can use this before Infinity, it's not mandatory. But the Thunder Charm kinda is if you want to farm like every area in the game. Plague really helps. If you don't have Plague, I would recommend using a lot of fire facets. You could also go like Natalia's full set and put in 3 fire facets in the armor, for example, to reduce enemy fire resistance further. You can also use the full Natalia set and socket like everything that you can with fire facets. I tried that. It's very good. It's very good, yeah, especially at P1. With this setup, you can also go like P3, P5, no issues. Look at that damage. So yeah, but this about covers it. I hope you like this showcase of the Fists of Fire Assassin, especially now with the Flame Rift Grand Charm, which sunders fire immunities. It is very much so viable in late game. It's like having a melee character with splash damage, you know, with a little bit of AoE, better than single targeting. So if you like this video, if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing and like this video. And let me know in the comments what do you think of the Fist of Fire Assassin, what do you think of the Thunder Charms in general. I'm eager to hear your opinion about it. Until then, good luck, have fun, and goodbye.